Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Adani back with another reading. So we have a pick a card today. I haven't done a pick a card in a while, and I was led to do a pick a card today, okay? A pick a card reading. So we have 3 decks, okay? We have the first deck is the Angel Tarot. Second deck is the Mermaid's Tarot. And the third deck is the, I think it's the Witch's Tarot. I'm not sure. So just take your time and select which deck that is calling you, where you feel your messages are going to come from. And each deck is going to get 1 angel card, 1 timeless message card, and an angel message. So each deck, you will receive 1 of those, okay? So you can pause the reading and choose. If you're led to choose more than 1, hey, that's also fine too. You could have a message in more than 1 decks, so just make the intentional decision to choose which one, okay? If you're new to my channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Join the tribe. And let's get this pick a card reading going. Now for pile number 1. Move these away. Get some messages for pile number 1. Divine Spirit, what messages do you have for pile number 1? Ooh. What messages do you have for pile number 1? These jumped out together. So Ace of Cups with the 2 of Swords. So there's a decision that you have to make in regards to love, okay? There's a decision that you have to make in regards to love. There's new love coming for you, pile number 1. This could be a situation where Spirit is asking you to release yourself from, it's like you're afraid to open your heart. You see how she has her 2 swords protecting her heart, and there's a veil over her eyes. So, this new love that's coming in due to past trauma from past relationships, you're like blocking love from coming in. It's like a fear thing, trust issues. Maybe you feel like you can't trust someone. This could be someone that's coming back that wants to reunite with you. Okay. Ooh, these cards are, somebody wants to come back into your life. There's somebody that's moving closer to you, closer to where you live, to the town that you live at. What's their challenge, Spirit? What's the challenge? What's the challenge? What's the obstacle? Oh. Well, the obstacle is for my cards to just drop on the floor. There's just so much that needs to be like considered. You could be all over the place right now. Maybe your mind is like, yeah, my cards are very like shaky and unsteady. This is a time where you need balance. You need to balance your life. I don't know if you're having any like imbalances. Something to do with like imbalances. It could be chemical imbalances. It could be something with your health. Maybe you need to, because the Sun card to be the challenge, and this is the best card in the deck, the Sun being an obstacle. That means maybe there's more light that needs to be shed on this situation. Maybe there was something that you found out about a situation, or you're going to find out about a situation that's going to help you make a better decision. The Sun card, that's that masculine energy. So being able to balance your, both sides of yourself, your masculine energy and your feminine energy. When you've been single for too long, sometimes, you're in a masculine energy. Okay. If you're a man, maybe you're having a hard time. You could be single for so long to the point where, it puts you in, you know, it's unbalanced. Like for women, you have to be in the feminine energy, right? Where you're more receptive, open to receive. And when you're too masculine, you're given too much. So there has to be an equal give and take. But Spirit is letting you know that this is the end of challenging times. You're moving away from any negativity, any darkness. If you've been going through any health issues, you're going to start feeling better, because the Sun card could also represent like health issues. Maybe you were down, not really feeling your best. It could be mental health, like maybe you've been experiencing anxiety, depression, you not really putting yourself out there, preferring to stay home with the curtains closed, the blinds closed, by yourself, isolating yourself, because what the Sun card is in the challenge, is in the obstacle, it's hidden. So Spirit is letting you know that you're moving away from that dark cloud, and now, into a much more brighter situation. There is support out here for you. There is help out here for you. This is the end of depression or an illness. You could know somebody that's dealing with that, or you could be dealing with that. Travel or relocation could be there for someone. Maybe traveling at this time could help you. Vacation time. We're almost approaching summer. Six of Cups, like I said, there's going to be an equal give and take right now. Okay, there has to be a balance in your energies. If you have been feeling down, you're going to also start feeling a little bit better. Okay, there's somebody coming into your life to be of help to you, to support you in some type of way. Some of you could be like, it's going to get an influx of money coming in very soon. You could be able to pay off some debt. If you owe some money, you could be able to pay off those debts. Maybe someone that owed you money wants to come and pay off debts. Spirit wants you to change your perspective on how you see things, the Hangman, okay? Because your perspective is what's keeping you stuck, okay? There's something that you're refusing to see, that the time now, this is the time for you to wake up, remove the rose-colored glasses, and take action on something that you've been like, dragging your feet on or procrastinating about, okay? There is a major change in a situation. You could be dealing with someone that has addictions. Maybe this is a time for them to free themselves of that. You see everything falling out of this person's bag. It's time to release that. This is a time where somebody needs to use tough love. If this is a child of yours that's dealing with any addictions or problems that has been holding them back, that has been crippling them, that has been, preventing them from being their best version of themselves, this is a time where you need to practice tough love and say no, and not helping them build, something that's not serving their highest good. So you're going to have to make a major decision in regards to someone that you love. Okay. For some of you, it's going to be a decision with new love. Maybe there's going to be two people that's coming in that you're going to have to decide on, someone from the past and someone new. And you're going to have to make a choice. For some of you, the choice that you're going to make is to not do anything. You're not going to choose anybody, just going to keep yourself hanging there. Making no decision is also a decision. So, Spirit wants you to, I'm hearing shit or get off the pot. Make a decision, okay? There's a choice in love. There's a soulmate here, guys. There's a soulmate. One of them is your soulmate. One of them is your soulmate. So one of them is toxic. So just be very strategic with whatever decisions you're making. Make sure you look at everything, I never say to analyze, but you might need to analyze the whole situation, pay attention to the details, okay? Plan things perfectly. A trip you could meet them while you're out on a trip. You could meet them, you know, when you get out of your comfort zone, okay? So that's for somebody. So let's get you a Romance Angels card. There are some signs that showed up in your reading. It could be time periods or people or sun signs or, you know, moon signs or whatever. We have Leo here. We have Pisces and we have Gemini that are of significance to this reading. Your angel card is reconciliation also showed up though. So somebody from the past could be trying to reunite with you. That's for someone. Calling in your soulmate very soon. So you've called this love in. You've called it in. It's not when you call something in and when it shows up and you're like, you're on guard. So just be careful. Calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So you called love in, or someone is calling you in. Someone is trying to manifest you very soon. It's coming very soon. Very, very soon. Let's get you a time card. What we got? Fragmented energy. This is also giving me that devil card energy, which we did get, you know, that toxic imbalance. Remember I mentioned imbalance. Somebody could be dealing with some imbalances where you see pieces of you. It's like you're all over the place. My cards kept falling everywhere. So you need to bring balance into your life. It could be due to medications that you're taking. You know, it could be due to, maybe I could be talking to someone who was dealing with some health issues or have a family member that you're caring for that is dealing with some health issues that has thrown you off balance. You know, they also have something called caregiver burnout that could be affecting you, that could have put like, you know, a pause on things, causing you delays. But, you know, you have fragmented energy. So you need to bring that balance back into your energy, okay? You need to, the sun card was your challenge and the obstacle. So get more sun, get out there in the sun, vitamin D, connect with the sun energy so you can feel more revived, renewed, you know, that healing, that good health. It could be a child that's dealing with something like this, you know, so this is the energy that you were under, and it's mostly like an energy. Maybe you need to call your energy back to you, like when you wake up first thing in the morning, you know, do like a meditation and call your energy back to you, call your power back to you. You know, when we've had these past relationships that took a piece of us away, you know, soul ties, you're still connected to certain things and certain people. You need to call your power back to you, call your energy back to you, and ground yourself. It's because you're feeling, you know, like pieces are, you know, of yourself is not, you know, and it's affecting you. She's in a wheelchair here. You know, this could be something symbolic or spiritual, showing that, you know, you might not feel like you're capable or you have the energy to do certain things, but start where you are. Take little steps, okay? The good you do comes back to you. That's what I got. Some of you need to find yourself, or you feel like you have to be, you know, you're not complete, so that's why you're avoiding love, you know? It's all a mental thing. Let's get you an angel message. You have Adriana. It says, I am leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. So Adriana is the angel that's guiding these children, okay, on this path. So, like I said, I could be speaking to someone that is, helping someone, a loved one, right now. And it's like the responsibilities of that is putting you in a place where you're starting to lose yourself, or you need to take time out for yourself. Okay, I know we try to sacrifice for our loved ones and be there for the people that we love, but spirit wants you to also dedicate time to yourself. Don't lose yourself in the process. Okay, don't lose yourself in the process. For some of you, you're also trying to rebuild your life, after a situation where you lost a lot of things, and you're now trying to rebuild yourself and put your life back together in a financial way, because this wheelchair has a big coin on it. You could be getting some money that's owed to you. Okay, unpaid child support for someone, if you do have children. And for some of you, you could be moving to a new home. There's also moving in the future for you, or a new home or a new place of employment is in the works. That's for someone. So there's movement after a period of time when there was no movement, being stuck, feeling like you're just hanging. I'm also being called to tell you to check your bills, your finances. There could be somewhere where money's leaking out, like unnecessary spendings. Check your phone, see what you have subscriptions you're paying for that you don't need. You could actually, be able to recoup some money that is just leaking out. Make sure you're not being overcharged for certain things. I also got that for this group. So that's it. That's all I have for pile number 1. Okay, now let's move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2 is the Angel Tarot. Let's clear the energy. We'll be ready for pile number 2 here. So pile number 2 is the Mermaid Tarot. Divine Spirit, what messages do you have for pile number 2? What messages do you have for pile number 2? Okay. Overall energy is the Magician card, guys. So that's that Gemini energy, Virgo energy, Mercurial energy. This could be a very powerful time for you. Okay. The Magician card, the Master, manifesting. You have all the tools that you need. You could be presented with a lot of options right now with the 7 of Cups. Okay, maybe there's something that you're trying to manifest, you're trying to bring in. You're gonna be presented with a lot of options to choose from. Spirit is saying choose wisely. Choose wisely. As you can see, all these cups have different things. This one has snakes in it. This one has flowers. This one has something sparkly. You just have to be very wise with the options that's being presented to you right now. And this could be options of like people to date, options of, career paths or jobs. Maybe you applied for something. You're going to have a lot of, You're going to be presented with a lot of different options. Okay, you're in that winning streak right now. Okay, there is someone that is entertaining a lot of options, a decision that needs to be made. Be careful that there's no smoke and mirrors. You know, something might seem like something that they're not. Okay, or someone that you're dealing with could be, you know, presenting themselves in a way that they're not. The magician card could have a manipulative energy to it. Okay, they're changing the reality of something to go in their favor. Okay, this could be someone that is like, you know, crushing on you, interested in you. This person has the gift of gab. They have the gift of like saying the right words at the right time. The challenge and your obstacle is the world card. So this cycle is supposed to end. There's a cycle that needs to end that you're not allowing that cycle to end. This cycle is not completing. It's the time is up for this. This could be this particular person that you're dealing with. The King of Swords is here. So, you know, this person, and you can see their mouth, they're using their words, their voice to speak things. This person does not want a cycle to end with you. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to, you know, they don't want you to move on to someone else. There's someone that is calling you in. They're using their words to sway you. Okay, they could be presenting something that could be a little bit like, you just have to be careful whatever this person is telling you at this time, and fact check everything, because they could be someone that, you know, could be making promises that they can't keep. Okay, Page of Cups does have like a little infatuation, fantasy type of element to it, you know. So this could be someone that is interested in you. They're trying to move towards you. They want your attention. Also giving some type of love bombing type of energy, you know, where, you know, they're just trying to conquer you and win you with in any means necessary. They're willing to do anything to move this situation to where, you know, they obtain you. Okay, Queen of Cups, Three of Cups. Okay, so this is someone that probably wants to date you or spend time with you, or just draw you in. Maybe they want to, you know, a relationship with you, or you're in a relationship with this person that you wanted to leave or end things, and they don't want that. Okay, they don't want the end of this cycle. Or if it could be the other way around, maybe you don't want the end of this cycle. Okay, so King of Swords, there is a conversation that needs to be, you know, need to be had right now. Maybe there's a conversation, there's things that needs to be said. And the King of Swords is someone that's usually honest, but when it's here with the Magician card, it's, you know, you just have to be very careful with that, especially with the Seven of Cups, you know, that illusion. So this person could be saying things and promising you things that they cannot keep, or they can't hold up. They're going to say anything they can say to move this situation in the direction that's going to favor them. Okay, this person is coming towards you soon. They could be traveling towards you or coming towards you, or they want to move this situation in a direction that's going to favor them. This person likes to be in the limelight, or they could be of some type of like public figure, celebrity. They have a platform where they're seen by people. You know, you could be dealing with someone that's very intuitive, or you are very intuitive. Water sign energy here. Three of Cups. This is someone that, you know, probably likes to date, go out to dinner, take you out, wine and dine you, but they want to keep like, it's kind of like, you know, wanting to be in a relationship, but open relationship, no strings attached. You know, they want to be able to come and go as they please. They might explain to you the reason why, you know, they like this type of dynamics of a relationship. They might want to eat their cake and have it too. It's because they want to entertain uh other options. They could be entertaining other options. So you could be dealing with someone who's entertaining other options, you know, but they have this like, you know, a liking towards you. I can't say it's like a major love because this is the Page of Cups, and you see the person in this picture is of a young age, but we do have a king here, so they could have like an immature side to them with the way they see love. They're just like, it's like this love, but it's just a goldfish here. So this is someone that tries to play games. It's given that energy of playing games. Say, oh, you're my person, you're my soulmate, you're my spouse. They can make those type of languages to you because they know that's what's going to keep you hanging around, keep you not closing that cycle, keep you, feeding into that energy. Is when they tell you certain things. It's manipulation. Okay, this person could travel for work. They could go out and entertain other people. They like to, they just love the attention. You see how all these people are watching this person on stage. Fire eater. The fire eaters are like, you'll be in awe. They have this magnetism about them that will draw you in. This person could be very, very skilled in like, there's something called like, I think it's called dark psychology. You know how they do certain things or say certain things, if you've ever studied dark psychology, they'll say, okay, when you're talking to someone, shake your head, and if they shake their head too, that means they're into you. They know how to play certain type of games and just lure you in. They know how to like, come into your life, love bomb you, then ghost you for a few days. They do it intentionally because they know that you're going to be thinking about them during that time. They know that all you're going to think about during that time is them. They do this. They're skilled at this game, and then they'll come back in, and come. It's just something they do, and it works for them. Okay, so let's pull you a Romance Angels card. And your challenge is the World card, so you're refusing to end this cycle. Maybe you're under the illusion that they're your soulmate. For a few of you guys, this could be someone that is actually using magic, to like love magic kind of thing. Different things. You never know. It's different for everybody, but there's somebody manipulating energy, manipulating the energy some type of way. So just be careful. If you're dealing with a King of Swords, they when they talk, it's hard to win an argument with this person. They have the gift of gab. Very mercurial. You got to keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Under it is the new love. So this could be somebody new you're dealing with. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Yeah, they stirred your romantic feelings, all right. They're a little different. You're intrigued. You see how he's leaning in and everybody's all in awe. It's like, wow, this person is just, look at the way they're sitting. They know how to like lure you in and catch your attention. Okay, so let's get you a time card. So this is somebody that's different than what you're usually normally, used to dating, or, this person is different. And commitment. So this person that you're dealing with right now, before you sign anything, before you do anything, make sure you read the paper, read the fine lines. You know, they could be trying to lock you into something, okay? So just be very, very careful. If this is a contract that you're signing, you might want to definitely have someone review it for you and make sure that there's no smoke and mirrors. Make sure that what you're signing is actually, you know, something that you feel comfortable with, okay? And make sure that, you know, how sometimes you can buy a home and you find out later that your interest rate is like adjustable. It's not a fixed rate, so it can go up and down. Just make sure that you're signing, whatever you're signing, you're looking very clearly at it. Maybe get a legal person to look at it, because somebody could be manipulating the situation to go in their favor, okay? Somebody could be a master at, whatever they're presenting to you is like an illusion. 7 of Cups. Make sure you're not dealing with like a scammer, a con artist, someone that can scam you out of money, scam you, into a contract, because there's a contract here. Somebody could scam you into a relationship, a marriage, that you will find out that there's something hidden. Maybe they have a hidden family. They could have a hidden something. You just need to make sure you're checking everything. That's what I'm getting for pile number 2. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's get you an angel card. So this person could be promising you a commitment. Okay. They could be promising you a commitment. You have Azure. This could also have something to do with school, someone in school, because we have a teacher here. And you see how she's opening the book and all these, like, I mean, look at that. I just caught the bottom of this deck. She's opening this book and now she's captivated. Okay. This person is skilled. There's somebody in your life that could be like, it's like, I don't know, like some type of like spell. Okay. Teacher, maybe there's a lesson you're here to learn. And we also have Azure. So it says your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. So I'm drawn to the clock here. So there's something about to happen, or something that is happening. And like I said, it could be schooling, because under the deck we have Maya, and it says schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with the process. So I don't know, for some of you, this could be someone at school, a teacher, a mentor, that could be manipulating a situation. It's just giving this manipulation energy, because even him standing here, this book that she's opening up to is like, it's like she's in a fairy tale, like a fantasy kind of thing. So it's, somebody could be making something seem to be what it's not, okay? And have you so mesmerized to where you don't see straight. Offering you this fairy tale. So I get that for someone. So just be very careful. Don't cut corners. Don't try to, if there's something that you're doing and someone comes along and said, hey, I have an easier way, I have a shortcut, I wouldn't go with that. Just follow the path. What you desire is coming. Don't try to force things to happen. Have patience. Let divine timing, do things. Don't try to, cut corners, because you could find yourself in a situation that's going to like put you in a place where you get taken advantage of in some type of way. So that's what I got for pile number 2. Okay. So All right, there could be somebody new love that is trying to manipulate you at this time. Make sure you're being assertive, use your voice, speak your words, ask the right questions. So that's it for number 2. Let's move on to pile number 3. That was interesting, pile number 2. Pile number 3. Let's see what messages wants to come out for you today. A nice, good shuffle here. All right. Y'all got the Magician card at the same position under the deck as pile number 2. You might want to, pile number 3, you might have a message in pile number 2 as well, okay? You might have a message in pile number 2. They also pulled the King of Swords, but it was in their advice section, so they did get the King of Swords as well. So you might want to read that. Watch pile number 2, okay? So overall energy, you got the Magician card. Underneath that, the High Priestess and the Empress. Wow. The Death card. Oh my God, the Wheel. Pile number 3. There's a major change happening in your life. And your situation is about to go through some major transformation, okay? A major shift is taking place in your situation. Divine timing is at play with the Wheel of Fortune. You have a lot of major cards that just came. Some things are unfolding in your life, okay? Current situation, you have the Emperor. So this could have something to do with a masculine figure, okay? And women can be emperors too if you're in that, you know, that take charge type of energy, that leadership energy. So, you know, that's the focus right now. You taking complete control of your situation, you know, stepping into a leadership role, okay? Maybe you're being offered something, maybe a position. It's almost given like being offered a promotion in some type of way, okay? But with the Magician card, Spirit is letting you know that you have all the tools that you need to do this, to step into this position that you're being, you know, pushed into. And I don't know why I said pushed, but you could even be called to do something on your own, okay? So if you're like used to working for others, you know, the hustle and bustle, trying to juggle multiple things, work your work schedule, your personal schedule, maybe multiple jobs, projects. Spirit is wanting you to, you know, kind of like bring balance and focus on one area of expertise, okay? Maybe there's something that you're refusing to accept because this is in your challenge position, the Six of Pentacles, you know, one-sided where you're giving, and not receiving anything in return. It's almost given like you're at whatever you've been doing, it hasn't been balanced. You're not being compensated for your efforts. You put in so much work, meeting deadlines, doing everything, put in your best, and, you know, you're receiving the bare minimum because this is your challenge position. So that means this offer is not even being given to you. So Spirit is like you're overqualified. You're overqualified for whatever you're doing. You're overqualified, but you're settling for, you know, the bare minimum. It's like playing yourself small, playing yourself small. So if you're at an establishment where you're being taken advantage of, maybe someone that has been like, you know, they'll invite you to the meetings like you're part of the leadership team, but you don't have the leadership pay. You know, you're doing the work of that magnitude, but you're not receiving the compensation for it. I'm also speaking to someone who is being taken advantage at a place where you could probably seek um, legal, you might want to go talk to someone that, maybe like a legal aid, not legal aid, but, a lawyer or someone about this situation and see if you actually have a case. Maybe you're being owed some money, something you were supposed to receive that was held back. Okay. Spirit wants you to see yourself for who you really are. We have the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Magician card. So you have to see yourself as who you really are. You are not, you know, regular. You could be the person that is like the receptionist or something of a low level position, but you're actually someone that has a lot of expertise, a lot of experience behind your belt, and they know it. They know it, they see it, they hear the way you talk, the language you use. You know you qualify. You've earned, you know, you've earned this, but they're not being, it's not given to you. It's almost like it's being given to people due to who they are, their friends, or, you know, whoever, whatever clicks. But the death card is here, so there is an ending. Maybe spirit is letting you know that they're going to close that door, they're going to shut it down to where it's going to force you to, you know, go in a different decision and finally take your rightful position, which you are supposed to be like on a level where you can actually do teaching people. You know, you have so much knowledge to where you can train. You know, you're meant to be, you know, at a position, a higher level position. Empress is here, Emperor and Empress. Okay. So that's like master level, mastery, you know. So you could be manifesting a better position, maybe your own business. You're manifesting a transformation. The death card here, you're manifesting some type of change that's going to actually bring you a lot of good fortune, a lot of wealth and abundance. You have a plethora of knowledge to give, okay? You have a plethora of knowledge to give to others. For some of you, this could be on a spiritual level because we do have the Magician card and the High Priestess, okay? So this is something that is like, I don't know who I'm speaking to, but you could have some psychic abilities or, you know, skills that you can use to actually level yourself up, okay? There are secrets, there are things that are being hidden from you, okay, from this organization, and this is something that they do, you know, to people, you know, whatever, like your annual evaluations could be, maybe they go after you sign it and change things, and, you know, just stuff that just makes you, justifies them keeping you at a certain level, okay? You could be revealed, something could be revealed to you very soon that's going to push you to move away from this situation, okay? You're being advised to use wisdom, King of Swords. Be careful with communication. Be careful with whatever you say. There could be people watching you, watching every move that you make, okay? We have Virgo energy here, Gemini energy, Scorpio energy, Aries is here, Pisces is here, Taurus is here, Libra is here. So you are being called to seek legal help for any type of like, if you've been, you know, taken advantage of in any way, or underpaid, or something that you were supposed to receive, you did not receive it, you can actually seek legal attention. For some of you, this could be like child support. Maybe if it's the father of your child, or you're the, if you're the father, maybe you're supposed to pay something. You might want to be careful and just make sure that, everything is balanced. Okay, balance is needed at this time. The Magician card, this is a very powerful manifestation time for you. Whatever you think about seeing your eye, you can manifest, okay? You have powerful psychic powers. The High Priestess, there's a magical gift that you do have, okay? That could actually, help you. You can actually use this and, start some type of like career or business for yourself. You know, it's different. Maybe you're going through some type of spiritual initiation that you didn't ask for. You didn't ask for it, but it's destined. It's in your chart, you know. Um, you might have gone through like so many difficulties, hardships in your past. It's just because they need you to take your rightful position in this world. You need to accept this calling. For some of you, it's something to do with your mother, your parents. Both parents are here, the emperor and the empress. There's something going on with the parents, whether they're here or not here, whether they've passed away or whether they're still alive. There's some family secrets that are, I don't know, you're going to find out something about your parents, your mom or your dad. There's something that, was probably held back from you, was kept away from you, an inheritance or something. That's for someone, not for everybody, but there's something that you were supposed to receive that you did not receive. You could receive it. Okay, maybe you might need to get some paperwork drawn out, or get someone of, legal experience to help you look at a situation. Okay, so let's get you a love card, a romance angels card. Maybe these spiritual gifts could be passed down from your maternal side or your paternal side, but someone in the family has a bloodline that this came down from. And as I was saying that, I jumped on religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. There's some type of like, I'm not calling nobody no witch. I'm not calling nobody a witch. I'm not calling anybody a witch, but there's something. There's something unusual that is in your DNA. Just something there. I don't know. Maybe you need to go do like a ancestry. I don't know. I don't know. There's something there that has been like passed down, because look at the roots. There's something you're going to find out that is your family was known for, your ancestors. Maybe you woke up an ancestral spirit that is here to guide you on this path. They could be like a grandmother who passed away, or great person, death card, the empress, or if it's your mother, I don't know, but it's the divine timing for you to step into it. Is gonna unlock. Maybe there's a certain age that people get to that it comes. For some of you, it could be like if you're in your 50s, 60s, 40s, or when you're younger. I could be talking to different ages. It's a certain age that you have to get to for this to be unlocked. Maybe it's been unlocked and you're refusing to share it with the world, with the Six of Pentacles, because this is an equal give and take. It's in the challenge section. Maybe you've been sharing these gifts, but you're just doing it for free for people. Spirit said there has to be an equal give and take. People got to pay for your energy. That's for somebody. Because if they don't, it's not balanced. Two of Pentacles is going to drain you, and Spirit is not, you know, happy with that. Flirt. Okay. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. So you pulled the flirt card. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Maybe someone's flirting with you. And if you're being flirted on by a boss, a superior, you might need to seek legal help for that. That's for someone. Maybe there's somebody flirting with you, you know, that you're supposed to receive something and they're withholding it, maybe because you weren't interested. You could look into that. There's something that, you know, maybe someone's dangling a carrot in your face. That's the energy it's given. Someone that's being just manipulating you in some type of way. So use discernment, use your intuition. The High Priestess is here. You could be dealing with a flirt that's juggling you and other people, so just be careful with that, okay? That's for someone. And for somebody here, I'm also getting that you need to stop flirting with this situation and completely commit yourself. Commit yourself to the path. You need to be committed. You need to accept the offer and stop playing. The sacred temple. I could be dealing with someone very spiritual. Yeah, right now you're unbalanced, and I forgot which pile got this one too. The sacred temple. You're going to constantly feel lost until you fully accept the path. So if you're working the mundane, why did I put that there? You're working the mundane job, it's going to be like where it's like you start, you climb, things go well, you climb the ladder, and then something happens, you lose everything. And you got to start from scratch all over again. It's spirit doing that because you have a higher calling. You're not supposed to be like, you're not supposed to be doing like working for people or whatever. I mean, even here, you see, she's like in the background, like just not feeling a part of the, you know, you just don't feel like you belong there. Your soul is, it's like your soul cannot, it's taking away pieces of you. Even when you're, you know, using your gifts for people and you're not receiving anything in return, it takes, you know, if spirit is not getting that energy from them, they're going to pull it out of you and you're going to be like this. There has to be an equal give and take of energy, or it will eat at you. So a lot of people don't understand that. This path, you know, is a very, very like, spirit is transactional. They're transactional. And you can't be dipping your pinky toe in, you know, and they're like, no, we gave you these gifts for a reason. You have all the tools. You know, the elements are waiting to work with you. The air, the water, the earth, fire, they're all waiting to hear from you. They're waiting to work with you. The universe, Mother Earth, Spirit, the divine, they're waiting. Your tribe is waiting. But you're busy clocking in somewhere 9 to 5. Spirit's like, no. We're going to continue making things uncomfortable until you, oh my God, what? Pile number 3, you got Ariel, and it says new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. What was I saying? You're going through a transformation. Okay? It's time for you to, the powers are unlocking now. You're being activated. You're being activated. You have to put yourself in a place where your energy is receptive to this. You might even need to start meditating, praying, connecting, because the power is here. Some of you, I could be speaking to someone that has some powerful spiritual gifts. Okay? You could be a psychic, a reader, intuitive. Those gifts were passed down to you from you could be from your mother's side of the family or your father's side of the family, but you got the sacred temple. Okay? Spirit needs you to make the effort, put effort in to connect. Yeah. And if you're dealing with anyone, your intuition is so strong to where you get those nudges. You know when something is not for you and when something is not for you. You know when someone is taking advantage of you. You know when someone is not treating you properly. You just know, but you try to ignore it. And whenever you do that, look what happens to you. You lose a piece of yourself. So just be careful. You're going to be getting a lot more experiences. Maybe you're going to start seeing all these signs and synchronicities, numbers, dreams, weird type of like paranormal activities, losing your keys, or, you see shadows in the side. All these things are happening. They're being unlocked, okay? And it's going to make you feel very unbalanced, like you're going crazy, okay? You have to start releasing the energy, the knowledge that you carry. You're meant to teach others, so you need to be open to do that. When the teacher is ready, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, but you have to make the effort, okay? So there could also be someone flirting with you. We got that as well. So just be careful. That person could be very like wise and knowledge with certain type of things, with their wise and knowledge with certain type of information, occult knowledge. Okay, this person could be a spiritual leader flirting with you. This person could be a boss flirting with you. Okay, so I got that too for someone. So that's the messages that I got for pile number 3. Comment down below which pile that you chose and if it resonated. Much love, many blessings. Bye-bye.